If you've ever began acquiring Generation 3 Glock clones at a rapid pace because a random YouTuber gave you a word of warning on the internet, then go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. Today we need to have a rather serious discussion regarding the future of Generation 3 Glock clones. Of course, if you want to support my channel, all that I ask that you do is hit the like button. If every single viewer that enjoys my morning videos or whatever daily videos hits the like button, that helps out a ton. Leave a combat llama emoji down below. And if you want to support monetarily, there are ways to do that through joining the Discord, through the Patreon link down below. Let's talk about the future of your gun rights and the future of the Generation 3 Glock clones. As many of you might know, yesterday, Glock Incorporated, a $1.1 billion company. All these weapons are clear and safe, and I have a lot to show you here today. Glock Incorporated announced that they will be canceling the sale of all of their focus camera, of all of their Generation 3, Generation 4, and Generation 5 guns as of November 30th. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, Trench, what are you talking about? Why is this a big deal? Well, it's a big deal because they are going to be, they're doing this out of fear of litigation. Litigation from, and they're being sued to death, and the politicians in New York, California, Oklahoma, and I think I'm forgetting one, are going after them for their Generation 3 through 5 design due to the backplate and the rate modification devices that have been utilized in said pistol. Now, if Glock, a $1.1 billion company, is terrified that they are no longer going to be able to have these over legality purposes, right? The camera is killing us today, so you guys will have to bear with me. If Glock themselves, a $1.1 billion company, is worried about these things being basically banned and not available to the civilian market, what do you think is going to happen to your Ruger RXM? To your PSA Dagger? Now, I gotta admit, a colleague of mine began speculating on this idea, Focus Trip, on a live stream yesterday, and the second I heard him begin discussing it, go check out his channel if you haven't seen it. The second I heard him begin discussing the possibilities of this is when my mind really started racing. So, what do you think is gonna happen to your Ruger RXM? What do you think is gonna happen to your PSA Dagger? What do you think is going to happen to your shadow systems if the powers that be don't even want you to have a standard Glock? What do you think is going to happen to the smaller companies surrounding Glock that are releasing things such as this PSA Saber Dagger that you're looking at right now? Because the thing is, they all have the same exact backplate design, right? And even though you have never broken the law, you will be held in the exact same manner, prevented from purchasing said items in the exact same manner as Glock is being restricted and bending the knee and changing their direction of their company permanently, okay? So, why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you this because, Toby, hey! I'm telling you all this, I apologize for headphone wearers there. I'm telling you all this because if you need to go out and acquire, and this is not legal advice or any advice like that, but if you need to go acquire said item through legal means, then go do so before it's too late, because you and I will only be held to the exact market that is available to us. So shadow systems like you're seeing right here will not be available if a widespread ban on rate modification devices were to come out. So my advice, if you want a Ruger RXM, now might be the time to go grab one or two. If you want a PSA Dagger, Saber Dagger, you guys have seen the videos on the channel. I have a ton of rounds through this thing and a standard dagger. They die at around 4,000 rounds. 4,000 to 5,000 rounds is when you're gonna see massive issues, but they're gonna be great up until that point, in my experience, right? But even furthermore, if you want a Glock Gen 3, now might be the time to consider going out and picking up one. Again, if you need one or if you were already planning on getting one, that is what we're discussing here today. I'm not one to encourage any sort of panic buying or panic purchasing, but I think my colleague Focus Strip, he might be onto something with the future potential issues, both legally and with litigation through what Glock is facing, even though I don't agree with their decision to cancel the Generation 3 line. If Glock, a $1.1 billion company, is willing to bend the knee and course correct to a completely new generation, for lack of a better term, then what do you think is going to happen to people like you and me? Okay, hopefully you guys found this useful. Hopefully this wasn't just a to scare everybody. Hopefully someone is like actually using their thinking caps right now and not just running around all terrified and telling their wife that they need to buy 15 Ruger RXMs. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying maybe look into this and let me know what your guys' thoughts on all this are down below. If you got this far in the video, let me know what is your favorite, the Shadow Systems, the PSA Dagger, the Ruger RXM, or a Generation 3 Glock 19. Vote down below what your favorite is, as I basically just showed you one of each, right? They're all the same in my opinion. They all just have a little bit of quirks here and there. But if you want to support the channel, hit the like button. Let me know if this was helpful. And thanks for hanging out. Have a good rest of your week. And until next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade, your average. It's not looking good for Generation 3 Glocks. Video enjoyer that your mom says that we have at home. Signing out. Cheers.